0 for 6 on 3rd down. That goes right up here to that Giant defense. And then, of course, the field position, or you can see average start on the 19-yard line for the Eagles, and the Giants starting at the 36. Now, the Giant offense hasn't been anything to write home about, but defensively, they've been kicking some rear ends.
And we mentioned Fryer with 4 catches for 56 yards. He had sprained an ankle and then seemed to injure his left leg again just before the end of the half. So the Eagles will get the ball first in the second half. Brad Daloisa will kick off. Derek Witherspoon and Mark Say are back for the Eagles. Line drive kick into the end zone, and Witherspoon will run it out from 5 yards in. Witherspoon, who leads the NFL in kickoff returns, ran it out and got to about the 17, where Scott Gallion making the play. 21-yard return.
Watch Scott Gallion. It's about special teams. Special teams is so much about wanting to get there and make the tackle, and then being aware of what's happening in front of you and to you. Now, Jimmy Johnson's going to try to block him. He knows where his help is, so he runs to the inside and then just get right in on that tackle. And then you got people up front doing that, then you know your kicker can look pretty good behind you.
The Eagles start from the 17. We mentioned they had poor field position in the entire first half. Ricky Waters looking for running room. Waters gained 47 yards on 11 carries. That's a pretty solid average per rush, but it's deceiving because the Eagles really didn't break much running in the first half.
And he got probably 15 to 18 of them right before the half, those last 2 carries. But that being said, Ricky Waters is still the running game of the Philadelphia Eagles, and will continue to be.
Mentioned Irving Fryer out with the injury, and Mark Say has replaced him. He's split wide to the right. 2nd down and 7. Chris T. Jones, the other receiver, to the top. And again, they go to Ricky Waters, and he is hit hard, gets a couple of extra yards. And it was Jesse Armstead who got to him first. Big play linebacker for the Big Blue.
Well, you see him getting up and he's shaking that arm because there's not a lot of them. I mean, what Jesse Armstead has, he's all of about 232 is what he tells us. I mean, he admits to that, but I don't think he's that big. And he doesn't look that big when you sit there and talk to him. But what he has is great vision in the passing game. By the way, great instinct also.
Yeah, he's returned a touchdown catch for last 2 seasons, 1 in each of the last 2 years. Eagles are 0 for 6 on 3rd downs. They need 6 yards here. Here's Felipe Sparks, and Ty Detmer gets away and will get the first down. Detmer with his first rush up the middle of the game and picks up 9.
Well, they come with it off the corner. They come with the blitz. You're going to watch them down here. Any time that you have inside receivers and they're tight to your line of scrimmage, you got to be aware of them. Ty Detmer said last week in that Dallas game, he looked and he never saw him again. This time, Detmer is aware of him and gets out of the trouble, and because of the man coverage, he's able to pick up that first down.
Eagles now at their 30-yard line. Pass to the left side to Chris T. Jones, and Jason Sehorn jars the ball loose, but it is still Eagles ball.
Part of quarterbacking is being aware. And Ty Detmer came into the game on Monday night, and he wasn't aware at all of the defense, particularly off the corner. You can watch it right down here. Woodson came off the corner. Detmer never saw him. He's looking to the left the whole time, and because he said he was rusty, he never saw Woodson. The result of that was he kind of got his brain scrambled. They were calling plays from BYU days, he said.
Yeah, he didn't remember the rest of the game from that point on. 2nd down and 3. After the 7-yard pickup, and Ricky Waters is trapped by Michael Strahan.
They're playing good up front.
I tell you, Strahan's run defense has been terrific today.
And they've been trying to go over there out to that side. They're trying to run behind Cooper and Lester Holmes. But the defense of the Giants, led by their coordinator Mike Nolan, you can see him right there, really has this Philadelphia Eagle down pretty well.
Son of Dick Nolan, former Giant defensive back in their salad days. 3rd down and 6 on the 34. Ty Detmer's pass is dropped by Kevin Turner.
Good coverage again. Jesse Armstead right there on Kevin Turner. I mean, the key to good coverage is making that, you have to make the ball, if it's going to be catchable, it has to be a really hard catch. Watch Jesse Armstead by position. He runs underneath, gets the arms outstretched. That should have been caught. But it would have been had to be a good throw and a good catch. Armstead does what he does well. Great coverage.
So Tom Hutton will be kicking. His net has been a little over 27.5 yards. He has struggled in the half. Amani Toomer back deep. Low spiral. Toomer from the 18. Looking for running room. And will be tackled at the 26-yard line. And that's where the Giants will go to work. 49-yard kick. Well, Irving Fryer thinks he can get back in there. Game summary is brought to you by Budweiser. The Eagles have outgained the Giants by nearly 100 yards. The difference, the special teams play. Monty Toomer, 65-yard punt return. Ty Detmer in his first NFL start. Those are his numbers, and has had 5 drops on top of that.
Yeah, we should make this the Bud Light game summary, because there's the Bud Light guy, and he just loves it.
He loves you, man.
It's that simple.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line, the best starting field position for the Eagles. Here comes pressure up the middle on Detmer, who hits the open man, Chris T. Jones, and he's got a first down out of bounds into Giant territory. And right now, for an update, let's return to James Brown.
All right, Dick, Detroit's being smacked around by Oakland, but finally the Lions get on the scoreboard. Mitchell to Moore, Herman Moore. That makes it 34-7. Oakland all over Detroit. Back to New York. Dick Stockton, Macmillan.
First and 10 for the Eagles on the Giant 41 with 5:35 remaining in the third quarter. Detmer with a swing pass, and Ricky Waters made a great catch and got a few extra yards down the sideline. Felipe Sparks defending, and he got 5 yards out of it.
Well, he was able to stand in that pocket. Once you look what a pocket looks like from way up there in that Fuji blimp. He's going to drop down, and then look at it right here. See this? There's your protection. Look, throw out to the outside, and then Waters makes the great catch. I can tell you, this is 2 plays in a row that really go unnoticed. You can see the one-handed catch there. It gives him second and about 5. And then on the blitz, he had a great job of picking it up and allowing Detmer to find Jones for the first down.
Second down and 5. Here is Waters holding on to the ball, and Ricky Waters gets to the 30-yard line, and the Eagles will have another first down. As helmets are lost, Ricky's in particular.
Ricky, don't lose that helmet. It's the only one you got. You try to use it, you feel better when you get home.
You know, you're in the wrong line of work.
What can I tell you? Ricky, don't lose that helmet. Tell you, Waters is one of the few backs in the league who can be powerful inside, like you're seeing right here, and also have the speed and feet to get outside. Now, as Jesse Campbell has him down, and then this is an old wrestling move. This is WWF. Slip that thing off underneath.
First down, Eagles on the Giant 30. This is the first big test for the Giant defense today. Detmer firing to the end zone. Incomplete. Irving Fryer was the man he was going for, and the Giants got to Detmer.
And then again, on the other side, Strahan. I want you to watch Strahan down here working on Cooper. Takes him upfield. Now work back inside. Cooper's out of sync. Cooper is not the player that they thought they were getting at this point. And then I want you to watch Irvin Fryer, and he's just, I think that ankle kind of got to him right there. He kind of couldn't hit that other gear that he does have.
Thomas Randolph has checked in for Jason Sehorn, who had to leave the field. He was shaken up on the last play. Second and 10. Here is Waters, and getting a hold on him was Percy Ellsworth, the rookie free safety, and he prevented more than a couple of yard gain. That will bring up third down and long, and it's been a chess match throughout the afternoon, looking at the defensive coordinator Mike Nolan and John Gruden, who handles the offense for the Eagles.
Mike Nolan's calling himself a good football game, man. John Gruden is just trying to find the right combination with Detmer in his running game.
Third down and 8 from the 28. Eagles only 1 for 9 on third down conversion. Detmer flips it, and Fryer drops it.
That's a hold coming back. And I'll tell you, Keith Hamilton beat his blocker so quick inside, it wasn't even close. They had no choice but to have to hold him.
And if Fryer had held onto it, he wouldn't have gotten the first down anyway.
I want you to watch right here. Keith Hamilton goes right past Joe Panos, throws him to the side, takes a power move, and then Panos hits him from behind for a tackle.
Penalty will be declined. And on 4th down, Gary Anderson will come in, but a fine play by Keith Hamilton. Giant defense doing a pretty good job against the offensive line of the Eagles.
Now, Keith Hamilton is a player that they need more consistency out of. I mean, he's capable of doing things like that, you know, series after series. But to date, he's not done that.
Gary Anderson made good on his first field goal attempt. This is from 46 yards out, which would match his longest, and the kick is good.
Boy, he drilled that one.
Gary Anderson, 9 of 11 in field goals, and the Eagles get closer. It is now a 10-6 game. Anderson matching his longest field goal of the season from 46. Giants leading the Eagles 10-6 in a tight-taut game as we go into the 4th quarter. Dick Stockton and Matt Millen. Looks like the Eagles offense is coming on, Matthew.
And it looks like Ty Detmer is starting to play pretty good football. You know, I always wanted to do this while you were on camera. I feel better about myself already.
You know, you're still a kid, and that's what I love about you. 1st and 10 at the 30. Detmer, flag is down, and Detmer's pass incomplete, intended for Mark Say, but there's a penalty marker at the 10.
And he's counting. They got that finger drill going. He's counting people out there.
There's no infraction on the play. The correct number of players are on the field.
Yeah, right after that play, the field judge was out there, and he was pointing and counting all those guys, and I think he probably thought there were 12, but there really was 11. That's that new math. He's got to get used to it.
Right now, they're adding it up right now.
That's good. That's a good officiating job. Pick it up. You were wrong. No big deal.
Wish baseball would do that. 2nd and 10 at the 30. Detmer going for Fryer. And that's the fade pattern in which Ty Detmer is very tough. He got hit. Thomas Randolph was defending, and he got shaken up defending Fryer downfield.
Yeah, but you know, you can see that Detmer is starting to get a feel for this football game. And really for playing again. Because now he knows what he has. And he knows he has coverage outside. And there's a lot of bumping going on. That's just incidental. And I like that about, you know, Red Cashin's group. They just let the guys play. You know, Fryer's trying to hold the hands down. Randolph's trying to push him out of the way. And Detmer on the front side recognizes, sees that it's going to have tight coverage and a blitz, and you get rid of it quick.
3rd down and 10. Detmer goes underneath to Ricky Waters, and he'll be stopped short. The Giants ganged up on him. Jason Sehorn and Robert Harris, among others, and a gain of 3 yards. And Gary Anderson will come on to try to bring the Eagles to within 1.
Did you see Robert Harris, how he got from 1? That's a transition for a defensive lineman. You go from rushing the passer, the ball's thrown, now you turn and get to the football. Let me tell you something. In all of football, there's no substitute for hustle. And it takes no talent to hustle.
So Anderson is 2 for 2 today. This will be a 45-yard field goal. The doors are down behind there. And Anderson's kick long enough, and the kick is good. And it is a 1-point lead for the Giants. Gary Anderson has kicked 3 for 3 today. And that's been the Eagle offense. But they trailed by 1 with only a minute gone by in this 4th quarter. Hot rookies from week 6 are Houston's Eddie George. He ran for 152 yards and a touchdown in their victory. Patriots receiver Terry Glenn, 6 catches, 89 yards against Baltimore last week. Eddie Kennison leads the NFL with a 20.3 punt return average each week. Degree will track the hottest rookies from the NFL. 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Eagles at trail, and Ricky Waters spins his way.
I think
not a 4-yard gain.
I think that was a quick whistle. I think that was a quick whistle right there. I think Ricky Waters wasn't finished. No, I mean, he was right in the middle of that thing. He was standing up, he was spinning, and they gave him the quick whistle, and they marked it. I think they gave him a pretty good mark, too. Listen to this.